Taqwa is from wiqaya. Sometimes we translate it as being Godvori, to worry God. This is not accurate translation. Wiqaya means to protect. We protect ourselves from doing wrong actions that hurt us, abandon us from our happiness. So taqwa, one of the problems that we have, that we cannot obey the rules of Allah to achieve taqwa, is because we think that, sins are to enjoy. Somebody was telling that once they asked a person, what is this risala? If you want to put the risala in summary, what is this? And the guy said, briefly, it says, whatever gives you pleasure is haram. Whatever makes you enjoy is haram. Honestly, many of us think like this. We think that taqwa, is to avoid whatever is pleasing. So sin, when I want to commit a sin, I enjoy it. So why shouldn't I do it? Because Allah doesn't like it. So in order to respect Him, I don't do it. Then we call it being Godvori, to worry God. This is taqwa. This is wrong. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in different places in Quran says, وَمَا ظَلَمُونَ وَلَكِنْ كَانُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. They didn't hurt us, they wronged themselves. When you commit sins, you're wronging yourself, you're oppressing yourself, you're putting yourself in trouble. That's why Allah is saying it is not good for you. Don't do that. I have created you with something greater. Imagine you have been invited to a very luxurious feast. Imagine the president has invited you to a very luxurious feast and all the best foods are prepared there. While you are entering, you see that at the entrance some food is on the floor. If you sit and eat from that food on the floor, this is crazy. They say, don't do it, it is dirty, don't eat this. The best of food is prepared inside, go inside with respect. That is for you, not these dirty ones. So taqwa is about to tell you, do not be pleased with these dirty things. You have been invited to a great feast, and great pleasures have been provided for you. Then taqwa is to make our lives happy. What is taqwa? To have faith and do good deeds. This is taqwa, isn't it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah An-Nahl, verse 97 says, "Man amila salihan min dhakarin aw unsa wa huwa mu'minun." No matter man or woman, with two qualities, iman and amalus salih. Allah gives this glad tidings, فَلَنُحْيِيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً. We will revive them in a pleasant life. So taqwa is to give you pleasant life according to declaration of Quran, is to make your life happy. A life full of pleasures. This is declaration of Quran. مَنْ عَمِلَ صَالِحًا مِنْ ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنْثَى وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَلَنُحْيِيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً. Allama Tabatabai Rahmatullah Alayh, when he explains this verse, he says that do not think that this فَلَنُحْيِيَنَّهُ, when we revive them in a new life, is just to have a little bit change in your life. No, it's a totally change in the life. Just to make it understandable for you, imagine a worm, a silk worm. For a while it gets into a cocoon. It is sealed there. And after a while, what comes out is a butterfly. The silkworm is so small. If you put it in a place like this, for the silkworm is like a universe. It's big. Because it moves slow. It eats leaves. It is ugly, maybe many people are afraid of them. But after a while, what comes out of the cocoon is a butterfly. Beautiful. People like to look at it. It can fly. Then this building becomes so small for the butterfly That's why the hadith says, Ad-dunya sijnul mu'min. Dunya is small for the believers because they are butterflies. The other people are the silkworms. For them, this dunya is big, but for the believers who can fly, is small. فَلَنُحْيَيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً. Even the stomach is changed. The taste is changed. The worm eats the leaves, and this butterfly eats the nectar of flowers. So when you are revived in this pleasant life, then you don't enjoy sins. It's not the matter of doing or not doing, to be haram or not to be haram. You don't enjoy it. Imam Ali alayhi salam said, if Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Imam said, if none of the things that are forbidden in Sharia, if none of them was haram, it was upon aqil to avoid them. But aqil. Yusuf alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this is the best story. When what happens to Yusuf and he receives that evil offerings from those people, he doesn't say it is haram, it is forbidden. He says, رَبِّ السِّجْنُ أَحَبُّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا يَدْعُونَنِي إِلَيْهِ. Oh Allah, to be in a dark prison is difficult. But what they are asking me to do is more difficult. So if I'm to choose between difficult and the most difficult, I choose the difficult. رَبِّ السِّجْنُ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْهِ. Why? Because then Yusuf's stomach is different. The taste is different. It is used to the nectar, not to the dirty food. And that is taqwa. Taqwa is to give you the pleasant life. I would like to go through hadiths to prove that how, from the hadiths, how it is pleasant. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks in Quran about kalimatul tayyiba. We have three concepts. I have a book, The Pleasant Life, from the pleasant word to the pleasant tree. It is under publication, inshallah, it will be published soon. There I have talked about this journey from the pleasant word to the pleasant tree. Kalimatul tayyiba and shajaratul tayyiba. So we have shajaratul tayyiba, the pleasant tree, the pleasant term, al-kalimatul tayyiba, and al-hayatul tayyiba, the pleasant life. How this journey begins from the pleasant word and goes towards the pleasant tree, and it creates a pleasant life. The hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the hadith is in Mustadrak al-Wasail, volume 5, hadith page 364. The Prophet said, La ilaha illallah kalimatun tayyibah. What is the pleasant term? La ilaha illallah. How do we explain it? He said, there is no God except Allah. This is aqidah, this is our faith, this is our belief. It's good. But how we can implement it in our lives? La ilaha illallah, we have something before illah and something after illah. Before illah, it's a total negation. After illah, you are affirming and confirming. What is ilah? What is ilah? Ilah, according to the Arabic literature, to be from walaha or to be ilah, is the most beloved in your heart. The one that you love it the most, and because you love it the most, then you come to worship it. Ilah, if it is from walaha, means it is so great and so beautiful that you wonder in the beauty and majesty of that thing, and you cannot stop worshiping that thing. So whatever is the most beloved in your heart, whatever is most admired in your heart, that is your ilah. Quran says, أَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. Did you see the one who took his carnal desires as his ilah? Nobody puts his carnal desire like an idol before him to worship it. But when it is the most beloved, then it chooses do's and don'ts and likes and dislikes in your life. That is your ilah. You confess or you do not confess. So ilah is the most wanted thing in your life. So La ilaha is to negate any beloved. You are negating anything in your heart. There is nothing in my heart. No wife, no children, no car, no job, no public position, no social stance, no money. I don't want anything. La ilaha, you are negating any beloved. There is no beloved in my heart. A total negation. Then after Allah, you say, illallah, except Allah. Allah is the only beloved one in my heart. Is the most loved in my heart. Allah is the most beautiful entity and reality and truth that I accept. Then it makes and it puts the limits for me. It defines the do's and don'ts for me, likes and dislikes for me. Because He is the most beloved, then I love whatever He loves. I hate whatever He hates. I recited the hadith yesterday. The Prophet said, أَوْثَقُ أُرَى الْإِيمَانِ The strongest rope of Iman is al-hubbu fillah, to love for the sake of Allah. So La ilaha illallah means that I don't want any children except those that Allah wants for me. I don't want any job except the one Allah is pleased with. I don't want any money except that is Allah is pleased with. I don't want any pleasure except that one Allah is pleased with. So that is my criterion. So this is how La ilaha illallah is embodied in your life. It comes to play a role in your life, finds its position, its correct place in your life, and it leads your life. Then Allah chooses whom to love, whom to be with, what to do and what not to do. Then you are content. Now, if Allah wants you to own all this city, if you are the richest person in the country, you are the most zahid person. You are the most ascetic person because you are pleased with what Allah is pleased with. But if you have nothing in this dunya, only a ring, and you love it, you get it from a wrong way, you love it separate from Allah, it is an idol. So to be zahid, to be ascetic, to be arif doesn't mean that you have to be poor. You have to love whatever Allah loves for you, whatever Allah wishes for you. Then if Allah loves for you, you don't get the money from a wrong way. You don't get the reputation from a wrong way. You don't get what you like from a wrong way. Then you get it through the way that Allah likes. You are the most zahid person, even if you are the most richest person in the world. So you are content. You are qani' with what Allah wants for you. You are pleased. Then the life becomes pleasing for you. Of course, you struggle. In the matter of struggling, we do our best. But with the outcome, whatever Allah is decided for you, you are pleased with. And that is qana'a. Imam Ali alayhi salam was asked, Ma hiya al-hayatu al-tayyiba? What is the reality of hayatu al-tayyiba, ya Amir al-Mu'mineen? What was the answer? Qala hiya al-qana'a. It is to be content. To be content doesn't mean not to have anything. Unfortunately, we understand these terms in a wrong way. We say that qana'a means that to be pleased with small things. No. To be pleased with what Allah is pleased. You do your best, you struggle your best, but at the end, whatever is the outcome you are pleased with, you know that you did your best. In the issue of struggling, we struggle, we do our best. لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانَ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. Imam Ali alayhi salam, after being the caliph, you know, there were some criticisms that Ali is to make all of us as poor people. He's not generous like the previous ones. There were such criticisms. It was the harvest time. Imam Ali had big gardens out of his struggle. They sold the date and big amount of money was gathered, gold coins. Imam commanded they put it like a pile somewhere and called those people to come. and said, this is the outcome of my guidance. To tell them that in the matter of struggle, we are not content, we do our best. But with the outcome, we are pleased. Then Imam Ali alayhi salam uses that money to raise the level of society. Contrary to capital sort of culture, that in capitalism and in the liberal free market, they struggle to empty the bucket of people and collected everything in their pockets. The system of Imam Ali alayhi salam is to spend his wealth to grow and to raise the society. All people should grow. This is the economic system of Imam Ali. Anyhow, Imam said the pleasant life is qana'ah. So qana'ah means to be pleased with what Allah has provided for you. So the reality of hayatul tayyibah, you see how kalimatul tayyibah la ilaha illallah ends with being pleased with what Allah has provided for you after what struggle you had. Means you are capable to enjoy. This is a capability. If you have nothing except tea at home, can you enjoy it? If you are skillful, you can enjoy it. If you are not skillful, if you have all the wealth of a city, you cannot enjoy it. You may hurt yourself. So this is a skill to be able to enjoy what you have. So taqwa is to put your life in a kind of order, in a kind of system that you enjoy the life. The life is not messy. That is why immediately after taqwa, Imam says, nazm amrikum, usikum bitaqwa Allah wa nazm amrikum. They are connected to each other. You are capable to enjoy whatever condition you are. I said, Lady Zainab Salamullah alayha is so sophisticated that even she can enjoy the hardest moment that could possibly happen to a person. At the event of Karbala, when she says, وَمَا رَأَيْتُ إِلَّا جَمِيلًا, you have to be so developed. You have to be so developed even to take the ease and peace in such a moment. We see that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam in one of his du'as says, Allahumma inni as'aluka nafsan tayyibatan tu'minu biliga'ika wa taqna'u bi'ata'ik. Nafsan tayyibah. Tayyibah means in the pleasant life. What is the quality? Imam says, wa taqna'u bi'ata'ik, is qana' with what you have given to it. Means the nafs that is in peace. It can be happy in whatever it has attained. The eyes are not in the hand of people. He is capable to enjoy whatever you have given. Of course, after doing the best. In another dua of Abu Hamza, Imam says, وَاجْعَلْنِي مِمَّنْ عَتَلْتَ أُمْرَهُ وَحَسُنْتَ عَمَلَهُ. Oh Allah, keep me among those people that you gave them a long life and you corrected their deeds. وَأَتْمَمْتَ عَلَيْهِ نِعْمَتَكَ, you fulfilled the bounties and boons over them. وَرَزِيتَ عَنْهُ وَأَحْيَيْتَهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبًا, you gave them a pleasant life. فِي أَدْوَمِ السُّرُورِ, what are the conditions of pleasant life? فِي أَدْوَمِ السُّرُورِ, permanent happiness, permanent joy. وَأَسْبَغِ الْكَرَامَةِ, with the greatest dignity. People take pleasures in this dunya without dignity. To take pleasures, they are ready to do whatever mean thing. I don't want to mention the examples, you know. So in Hayatul Tayyibah, the greatest pleasures comes with the greatest level of dignity. وَأَتَمِّ الْعَيْشِ, the highest level of pleasure. These are the qualities of Hayatul Tayyibah. When you look at the life of Imams of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, apparently you see that many of them were in hardships and troubles. They were killed, they were imprisoned. But this is the skill that you can enjoy even in the prison. Some people, when they are free, they are in the prison inside. Imam, when he is in the prison, he is free. This is how La ilaha illallah educates and trains. How Imams of Ahlul Bayt take your hand to make you to reach to that level of happiness. So, La ilaha illallah makes us content in brief. And to be content doesn't mean to have nothing, but to be pleased with what you have achieved, whatever Allah has given you, after all the struggles you had.